Hi everyone, I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah.
And today we are going to talk about how we went vegan.
We get this question a lot, so
Yeah.
we're just going to go ahead and answer it here. And then you'll have a place to go to, see it all laid out.
Yeah.
So I would say the first question we get is why we went vegan. Because there's a lot of different reasons why people go vegan, and I think people are very curious when they find out you are vegan to know what your motivation was.
Why?
So when I first started going leaning towards veganism, I started on my path towards veganism, it was literally had started phasing some things out. For some of them were I didn't eat red meat because it made my stomach upset. Or I was a college student living on my own and it was too expensive to buy a lot of the products that I would have eaten if I, weren't paying for all the groceries. I think the primary reason really is animals, because I'm a big softie. Seeing the impact of what I was eating, knowing that I could make another choice, I am able to monetarily and health-wise, going vegan was an option for me.
Yeah.
So animals came first and then the environment, but for me the environmental reasons to go vegan are tied together with the animal reasons. Climate change obviously impacts humans and animals.
Yeah.
But the animals had no say in their homes getting messed up by us.
So for me, it was kind of she was already phasing things out when we started dating. She wasn't really, but when we started dating, she kind of started eating chicken again because I ate meat. I ate everything. So then it was did we do dairy first or?
I didn't eat dairy already because I had already had issues with dairy since I was a kid. Never diagnosed lactose intolerant, but I had always had stomach problems and I couldn't figure out what the heck it was. So I stopped eating dairy in high school.
Yeah, and then I don't remember exactly how it went. It was I think one day you were just we should, I don't know if you even said it or if we just kind of just did it.
Yeah.
But so for me, it was really kind of with just you, and then I started learning about everything else, the effects on animals and the environment and all of that, and that just grew it even more.
Yeah.
And I feel for me, once I took a step back from not eating meat and everything, it's that's not for me anymore.
Yeah.
So
it was also for health too for me because we haven't made a video about it, but we will. Struggle with migraines. I've struggled with migraines since I was in high school, and still to this day struggle with migraines. But going vegan has definitely helped, and that was a big reason for me to try it in the first place too. Was a bonus would be if eating plant-based made my migraines better or disappear was the hope. But so basically, we're vegan for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
We know that your reasons for going vegan can be very personal. So we know that it really differs from person to person as far as why they go vegan or why for some people can't go vegan.
Yeah.
But for us, it was an option and it, made sense for us. I feel every day something happens where I'm oh, I'm so glad I'm vegan.
There's not very many things that I miss. I thought I would miss a lot more, but really the only thing that I miss is macaroni and cheese and a grilled cheese sandwich, which is funny because I didn't really eat grilled cheese sandwiches before.
Once you can't have it.
Yeah, right. That's how it goes. Once you can't have it, you're oh no, I want it.
Yeah.
Next, we're gonna kind of talk about how we went vegan, and for us, it was as you kind of heard from what we just talked about, it was a slow process. It wasn't just one day we were just we ate everything, and then one day we were just let's go vegan, and we just snapped into it. It was a very slow process of slowly cutting things out. And
yeah, so it's I hadn't eaten dairy for years or red meat.
I had eaten dairy my whole life.
Yeah. And then when I started dating you, the only animal product I was eating was eggs. And then once we started dating, I think I had started eating chicken again. And then a ways into that, we stopped.
Yeah.
No, then we started phasing things out. Meat was first, or dairy was first for you.
Dairy was first.
I had already stopped. And then meat, and then eggs and dairy, or eggs.
Egg was last.
Yeah, eggs were the last ones.
It was that was probably over the span of 2 years. Yeah. 2.5 years. So it wasn't a right away thing.
We used to call it baby vegans.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's part of a big drawback from people going vegan is like, oh, I'm just supposed to just cut all this out. It's like, no, you can do it like slow and do it in a way that works for you.
The other thing we did is we started trying new recipes.
Yeah.
We started, because there's a lot about vegan cooking. It's really just like one-to-one swapping things for vegan options.
When we first went vegan, I will say we did eat a lot of like the replacement things. Now we still eat it, but definitely a lot less. It's kind of more just vegetables, and the only like replacing we really do is with like tofu.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of replacements, but the replacements can be expensive, and that is another drawback on.
And they're really
vegan.
Processed, so it's like they're not the healthiest option.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, so it's like it's not where we wanted to end up.
Yeah,
with our
exactly.
vegan diet. We didn't want that to be like our norm.
And we're still kind of trying to take down the processed stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably. I mean, tofu is technically beans, but we should just eat more beans.
Yes.
Less processed, but
beans just take longer to cook.
Yeah, it does.
Well, and it's just like you can treat for us. It's like I feel like tofu you can treat like the same as a lot of different meats.
Yeah, I can take tofu and smash it up and have it like ground beef for our taco bowls, but just add more beans.
Yeah. Although we have that chickpea, I think it's good with chickpeas, crushed chickpeas roasted in the oven. I did that for you once, didn't I? Maybe not.
I don't think for me, no.
Oh.
She's holding out.
Got a new recipe for you.
I don't like chickpeas that much though, so that's probably why she didn't make it for me.
Yeah.
But.
Okay, but I was gonna say, so a big tool was Pinterest.
Oh yeah.
Because there's so many good vegan recipes on Pinterest. So I literally have a board that I named it when we first started going vegan, and it's literally called Baby Vegan, and that's where I started pinning every vegan recipe that looked at all interesting. And then before we go grocery shopping or something, I could just like scroll on there and see if there was anything that I was like, let's try this, let's get the ingredients.
Yeah.
And that was such a good way to like ease into it. And the more vegan recipes that you try, the more you realize what those one-to-one swaps are that I was talking about to make any recipe vegan.
Yeah. Another thing, start turning the staples vegan. Like spaghetti, just don't put ground beef in it and don't put cheese on it.
Yeah.
Like you can crush up some tofu, that's what I usually do. I just smash it and then chop it up and it kind of is like the same texture of ground meat.
Or you can buy the replacement ones. Like
they
buy
have
vegan meatballs,
the soy crumbles. They have all those kinds of things. Like do like the staples first. Don't think that like, oh well now I'm vegan so all I can eat is salad.
No,
like you can like
we
still
don't eat salad very much.
We don't. Like still eat like tacos and still eat spaghetti, but just like, and if you're just starting, only don't do like dairy on your spaghetti.
You know what's funny? I feel like I eat way less salads now that I'm vegan.
She ate so much more salads than when we weren't vegan, yeah.
Yeah, because when your main is all vegetables, you don't need the salad. I mean, you should definitely eat greens. Greens are really good for you, but sometimes the greens are in the main.
Yeah.
So it's like...
we make like zucchini noodle spaghetti.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people put the salad there to like, for just the health benefits, not because they actually like the salad part. So it's like, you don't need that when the rest of your plate is healthy. You don't need to balance it out with lettuce.
Yeah. So we've kind of blended these two, but we're kind of talking like tips on going vegan now. If it is anything that you're interested in, if it's not, cool, but if it is, then here are some tips.
Yeah.
So our tip number 1 is start slow and slowly phase things out and try and figure out what works for you and what you like to cook, and then try and make them vegan.
I would say the next thing would be to like find good, solid replacements that you actually like of your favorite animal products. So like a favorite cheese, a favorite milk, a favorite ice cream, a favorite, whatever those things are for you.
And don't give up. I've heard a lot of people talk about it and they like try one and they're like, it's all bad. And it's like, there are like 7 different brands of every replacement.
Yeah.
So like try them and figure out which one you like the best, which one makes you feel happy when you eat it.
Exactly. So that way you actually want to go reach for it. It's like when people say like, don't like just going to the gym just and like going on the treadmill forever if you don't like running is not gonna keep you at the gym. But
Yeah.
finding an exercise that you actually enjoy and it just happens to be also good exercise, that's something you're gonna stick with.
But another good thing, I mean, I had her to do it, but if you don't have a significant other who's also vegan, just have them read you off facts about the various industries that produce meat and dairy.
Yeah, find your why, basically, is another tip. Is just find the reason why you're going vegan, whether it's your health or the environment or animals or whatever. Find your why, and that's a good reason to not do it. Like, there were so many times at the beginning where, let's say, like, bacon or something smelled really good because I worked at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I would be like, oh, that smells so delicious. And then I would think about how adorable pigs are and think about the pigs that I've seen and how, like, friendly they are and the fact that, like, even if it's from, like, a cruelty-free farm, it has to die in order for you to eat it.
Exactly.
And it made it way less appetizing.
Yeah.
Think about your budget.
True.
I think a lot of people also think that you're gonna blow like so much money trying to go vegan, which, like we said, there are very expensive vegan options. Like, you could get a vegan pizza frozen for like way too much money.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many affordable options. Because there have been many times where we've been on a tight budget, like when we were living in a van for 3 months. You know, we were spending so much money on gas, and we had just spent money on the conversion that
you go vegan, you'll buy a whole lot more produce, and produce is cheap.
Yeah, exactly. But like in that van trip, we were on such a tight budget that being vegan was still
helped us.
Yeah, I was gonna say, not only was it still possible, but it definitely helped us. Not to mention being in a van, not vegan would have been really
trying
difficult.
to keep everything fresh would have been awful. You could barely keep salad fresh.
Yeah.
But that is all we have for today. We hope you liked this video.
If you have any questions, just leave them below.
Yeah, ask us any questions. And hit that like and subscribe button, because we really, really appreciate that.
We do.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.